Okay, in today's video, I'm going to answer the question of when should families start planning for their senior to transition? Okay, most families ask this question after something has already gone wrong. So their senior has taken a fall, or there's a health scare, there's a moment where everyone realizes things aren't quite working anymore. But the truth is, the best time to plan is way before a plan is actually necessary or a move is actually necessary. So the real question should be, it's not when should we move? The real question is, when should we start preparing? Okay. And so, with that question in mind, planning does not mean committing. Okay. Planning just means understanding. So, here are some signs that it's time to start planning, not time to move, not time to jump, not time, to make all these decisions. It's just time to start planning. It's when daily tasks have become harder, such as cooking or cleaning, managing medications. It has become a little less clear if those things are being done or easily done for the senior. Or another thing is if there are safety concerns that slowly and quietly start to creep up, like falls, driving worries, forgetfulness, or another sign is that adult children start to feel a very low level of constant worry about their parents. Or the seniors start saying things like, I'm fine, but I'm tired. Or, I don't want to be a burden. That's a very common telltale sign that to have it's time to start having those conversations if the senior is feeling that way. So, what does early planning actually look like? Conversations without pressure. That is the key. It's just gathering information. There are no decisions being made. And this is also a great time to seek the advice of a senior transition specialist. Okay. You will during this time, you're going to do things like learning what options exist. You're going to see what aging in place with support could look like, what independent living could look like, what assisted living looks like, what memory care is, and when you might need it in the future, possibly, not everyone does. And you're going to start to understand cost ranges and care levels, okay? And letting the seniors, not even letting, requiring the seniors to be a part of this conversation is imperative. And these are some reasons why families avoid planning. They have a fear of upsetting their parent, a fear of taking away independence, or a fear of talking about it would make it real. There's guilt, maybe some denial, but here's the reality, okay? Avoiding the conversation does not protect independence. It removes choice later because then if you have not had these conversations later, you're going to be faced with a choice, not an option, a choice. Crisis planning is not planning, it is reacting. So the earlier you can start to plan and have these conversations, the better the outcomes can be. And seniors will feel much more respected and heard. Families can stay emotionally regulated. Decisions are thoughtful instead of rushed. And care can fit the person, not just availability. And transitions can feel more intentional instead of traumatic to all parties involved. Okay. So it's very important to remember that planning is not giving up. Planning is actually staying in control. And planning early often allows seniors to stay independent for longer, believe it or not. So here's our philosophy: planning should feel calm, seniors should never feel pushed, and families should feel supported, not overwhelmed. So the goal here is clarity, not urgency. All right. And these are just conversations at this stage. The best transitions always start with a conversation, not a crisis. Okay. So if you're even asking the question, then you're probably already earlier than most to the conversation. Okay. And that alone could change everything for you and your family because, as I already said, the sooner you can start having these conversations, the better. Um, and of course, we would be happy to answer any questions you may have and see if True Choice could be a good fit. And again, if you're in this early planning stage and you're just having conversations, there is no urgency involved, then we would love to have a conversation with you and just help guide you down this road. But in the meantime, many blessings to you and your family. I'm Jessica with True Choice, and I hope this video helps your family move forward with confidence.